We are live in the center of downtown Montreal, and we're gonna talk about timeshare nightmare. When I say timeshare nightmare, we're gonna talk about something that people would never think possible in the 21st century. Right there behind me, on the left, you can see this is the hotel Le Saint André, where we have experienced one of the worst nightmare of our life. Friday night. I'm just gonna have you get a look inside, and you can see what I'm talking about. This is room. This is room 104. Oh, actually, this is room.
Yesterday, she kick out the girl outside.
Who kick?
Huh?
They kick her out? But you know, I don't understand. How long she's been here?
Huh?
How long
1 week.
she's 1 week? And the room is so filthy like this?
Yeah. Fucked up.
Oh my goodness.
On va chercher des gants.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should wear gloves. Yeah, because you know this is.
Ah, c'est dégueulasse.
Yeah, c'est dégueulasse.
Oh, je parle
Tu es
français?
français? Je parle français.
Ah, ben tant mieux, je sais pas parler en
Non, non,
anglais.
non, je parle français.
Ok, non, non, c'est ça, mais personne ne savait qu'elle était comme ça, là.
La
On
personne
le
ne
su-
savait pas?
Non, 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 le monde ici, les boss, puis nous, on savait pas. On faisait jamais sa chambre, elle voulait pas. Fait que hier, là, quand ils l'ont mis dehors, l'avant-hier, ils ont ouvert la porte, le boss, puis tout, puis ils ont rentré, puis là, ils ont vu ça, ils ont dit non, 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 dehors.
Mais mon Dieu, j'ai
Elle
jamais...
était ici avec un chien.
Non, j'ai jamais vu une chambre pareille.
C'est malade, mais nous autres non plus, on
C'est-à-dire-
parle pas.
Et tu m'as dit que la personne était restée dans cette chambre seulement pour une semaine.
Une semaine, pas plus que 2 semaines, ça c'est sûr.
Pas
c'est une
plus que 2
Ouais,
semaines,
pas plus
comment?
que 2 semaines, c'est une sinistrée.
Une sinistrée.
Ouais. Sa maison passait à feu, fait qu'elle est venue ici, mais elle avait tellement d'affaires, mais même là, elle aurait pu en mettre en storage, là, ça.
Oh mon Dieu.
Attends, ça c'est rien, là, hier, c'était bien plus pire que ça. Ça
Elle est canadienne?
faisait des montagnes. Je sais pas, j'en ai aucune idée.
Oh, tu n'avais pas vu, tu ne connais pas.
Oh oui, je parlais à madame pourtant,
Oh, tu
mais elle,
parlais à madame?
elle parlait anglais, elle parlait français, elle parlait les deux, mais vraiment que...
Oh, je comprends, mais mon Dieu, ça c'est... J'ai jamais vu une chambre pareille.
Non, non, moi non plus.
The staff and I were briefly discussing about the condition
C'est la
of the
première
room,
fois, ça fait 3 mois que je
and
suis
we were
passée,
shocked to see how could the guests turn the room into a garbage disposal. Ça c'est...
Ouais, ouais. Moi avec, j'ai filmé. C'était plus fort que moi.
Non, mais mon Dieu, c'est...
Là, j'ai passé le balai, là, parce que c'était partout.
C'était partout.
C'était partout à terre. Là, c'est moi qui ai mis tout ça ici, là.
Oh,
Ouais.
c'est fou, parce qu'on n'aurait jamais cru à quelques mètres de...
Ouais. Ça fait la première fois que ici... Ah oui, c'est cool. Ça va, je suis dans le bain, là. C'est partout.
Ah, mon Dieu,
Là, c'est
mon Dieu.
Ouais. Les autres, personne ne le savait. C'est ça l'affaire, personne ne le savait jusqu'à temps qu'on a décidé d'ouvrir la porte de 2 jours et regarder. Là, on est là, là. Et my God. Mais c'est là que mon boss a dit non, alors on est dehors. Elle laissait son chien tout le temps, elle fermait sa porte, elle laissait son chien dans le portique. Là, dans le portique, dans le corridor. C'est fou, hein?
Non, ça c'est fou, parce que... Il paraît que, tu vois, on aurait dû avoir un sapeur-pompier pour venir ici pour nettoyer.
Je sais pas, hein?
Je n'ai jamais vu tant de détritus dans une chambre.
Des botches de cigarettes partout, c'est plein partout.
Je me demande comment une personne peut faire pour vivre dans une chambre pareille, dans une telle,
Ça va
Et ça
être mental,
doit
sûrement, je sais pas.
dans une telle insalubrité.
Ah oui.
Et tu vois, c'est que ici c'est marqué interdiction de fumer.
Ouais, mais je
Et
sais
la
pas.
chambre, ça...
Ouais. Ben, c'est pour ça qu'ils savaient pas. C'est pour ça, des fois, on se promène, on va aller, parce qu'ici, cet étage il n'y en a pas de cigarettes. Habituellement, c'est au deuxième. Fait que quand ils ont vu. Ouais, c'est fou, hein?
Ça, c'est bon. Merci. I'm gonna let you guys listen to my significant other's view about the trip. How can you describe your trip to Canada?
Okay, the trip to Canada. It took us about 7 hours to get there. We drove. When we got there, we were looking for a hotel, thinking that we were staying at an hotel. my sister-in-law set up the room for us, but we were all in our mind thinking that we were going to stay at an hotel, not an Airbnb. So we were looking for the place. Then we realized that we were going to stay at an Airbnb. When we got there, the hallway was under construction. The stairs we had to climb at least 40 steps to get to the room. The room was beautiful, but being that my mother-in-law have difficulty walking, wheelchair bound, we were not able to take her. So we decided not to go with the Airbnb. Got back in the car outside. We were on the phone with timeshare for over an hour and a half, approximately 2 hours, trying to get them to change the Airbnb to a hotel. And the operator from the timeshare kept telling us, let me speak to the manager. Let me speak to the person that checked you in. We were trying to explain to him that there was no one in the hallway to check us in. It's an apartment complex. We were able to get in by somebody that was leaving the building. So there was no one that we could talk to. When we tried to speak with the owner of the apartment, he kept telling us to call Expedia. It was a nightmare. Finally, we decided to forego the price that we were paying. At this point, we said, okay, guess what we'll do is that we'll get our credit later. We'll pay another amount just to get an hotel for us to stay. He says, well, the hotel that you want to stay someplace close to near where we were going to the event. We're attending a wedding, our niece's wedding. So then he found an hotel that was approximately 15 minutes away from the church. We said, okay, being that we had a bad experience with the Airbnb, we said, let's look online and see the room, what the hotel looked like before we agreed to stay in the hotel. When we looked online, apparently they put the best room of the hotel online. And we said, oh, well, that doesn't look too bad. It's late. We're tired. We're going to take it. So we decided to take the hotel. When we got there,
It was around like 8
it was
o'clock.
approximately 8 o'clock. But before stopping at the hotel, we stopped at a family members. We got there a little late. When we got there, I saw an Asian guy at the door near the parking area. So automatically we assumed that this is the guy that worked for the parking. And he said, oh, park the car right here. Then he came out the area and he goes, oh, I'm also the receptionist. We were a bit confused, but also tired, being that we drove for so long and there it's approximately 12 o'clock. We got in the.
You said 12 o'clock, so that means, midnight.
Midnight, 12 o'clock midnight. So when we got there, he told us that there was no room available on the second floor. There's room available on the fourth floor, but we have to get off the elevator on the third floor and then take the step. I said, are you serious? Don't you see my mom is wheelchair bound? There's no way she'll be able to make it on the step. Finally, he decided to give us a room on the second floor. The place was dirty, but we were like, oh my God, what are we going to do at this time? We decided to go in the room. The room was so small, we couldn't even move around.
Not only that, so what about the smell? The smell,
The carpet was
the
extremely
carpet?
dirty. It stunk. It smelled bad. So we said, okay, it's late. We were going to stay there for that night and then move out the following day.
Yeah. So what we did,
So what we did the same night, we saw a hotel that was, I would say, approximately 20 steps from where we were, right?
yeah, 20 steps from where we are.
So we went in there to check it out. It's called Hotel
Montreal.
Beautiful. You guys could check it out. We went in there. We told them about our story. They were like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed that you having this type of experience. So they told us about the studio that they had. Excuse me. I'm fighting a cold. They told us about the studio that they had. And we were like, oh, we have to see it. We're not going to do anything online anymore after what we saw. So they took us in. They showed us the studio, which was beautiful. We couldn't wait. We were like, can we come right now? They said, no, unfortunately, it's too late. We have to come tomorrow at 11. We were like, can we get there early? They were like, we'll see how we could accommodate you guys. But come early. But really, the check-in time is 11 o'clock. Come early. We'll see what we could do. So we were excited about that. We went back to the other hotel, Hotel Saint Andre. Stay there. I mean, we couldn't even sleep. I sat up all night waiting for morning to come so we could get out of there. And you know what? Another funny thing, they wanted to know if we wanted breakfast. The place was so disgusting. How could we eat breakfast there? They were serving people breakfast,
On the
putting
floor.
their breakfast on the floor,
On the carpet.
on the carpet, on the
That
nasty
carpet,
carpet.
yeah, the carpet that
I
smells.
was like, this is unbelievable. I've never in my life experienced such a mess. So we waited till morning, literally sat up till morning, and 8 o'clock we were out of there, leaving to go to Hotel Montreal.
But we remember one thing, since the check-in at Hotel Montreal was supposed to be at 11 o'clock, so what we did, we sat in the car from 8 o'clock till 11 o'clock in the morning. We sat in the car for 3 hours. We sat in the car for 3 hours waiting for. So just imagine, we didn't even shower because the place was so dirty. Just imagine. You understand? You checking in the
just brushing
hotel.
our teeth, we getting out of here.
Here's my Mother's Day on Hotel Saint-André.
Chambre hôtel là, c'est ta fierté jeunesse vagabond qui servit là-dedans. C'est ça, chambre ça, c'est ça seulement vous faites là-dedans. Les vagabonds sortis, l'autre vagabond vient entrer. Tu veux dire, par exemple, besoin de filter, parce que c'est vagabond qui servent là-dedans. Et ça fait si c'est pas bas, on monte bas. Il t'a mis tout bas sur un côté pour aller, qu'il faut aller décorer là. Pour un jour, pour une nuit, des gens ne peuvent pas camper là-dedans, des gens ne peuvent pas marcher là-dedans. Donc alors, les pigeons fait pour vagabond à l'INES.
Back from the trip, my sister and I contacted Timeshare about the refund. Hear this.
That moment that you gave us a call, they advised us that a successful check-in was done and that there were no complaints made from the guests. And then after that, I kept on disputing with my supplier.
Hello, I'm on the line.
Yeah, my brother's on the line. If you check, but all your calls are recorded, right?
Yes, of course.
You record all your calls. If you go back on Friday the 7th, how he can check successfully when he was in the car with my mom? That Friday, they were in the car and we were on the phone from like 5:30, 6 o'clock. At night, we were on the phone with your people until like something at night. They were sitting
After
in the
8
car.
o'clock, we spent more than 2 hours on the phone.
On the phone with you guys. How we checking successfully? You can go back Friday the 7th and check your phone record.
And as a matter of fact, I have everything on. Everything was recorded.
Oh, you recorded everything. Oh, good job, Mario. Good job.
Yeah, because I was in my car. I recorded the
So,
whole
I
conversation.
never
So just
recorded
go and check. You're gonna see that I spoke with you guys.
Okay. So about that picture of the property, if you would please send me that picture so I can continue disputing with my supplier. The reply that they sent me about not agreeing to a refund for the reservation. This picture will help me to continue working with them and disputing the refund. I do apologize for this inconvenience. I will also go back to the call with the booking agent if indeed a accessible property was requested by you at the time of booking. That would also help me. But mainly if you can send me a picture of the property not being accessible.
Okay, so what about the second hotel that was dirty and everything? When my brother got there, that place was so dirty and smelled terrible. The room was dirty. So they stayed there for one night and they left.
The second place, I spoke with the manager and I told the manager the reason I left the place.
You made a second reservation at the San Andreas?
Saint-André, yes, Saint-André.
And for
Saint-André.
that one, you didn't use the 3 nights.
Yes, we spent only one night at that place.
One night.
And the next
Yes,
day,
ma'am.
early in the morning, because like we were supposed to stay there till Monday morning, but the place was so dirty. I think that place, even a dog, you cannot even send a dog to stay there because it was so dirty. I had everything, video and everything.
For the reservation at the second property, Hotel San Andre, you spoke to a manager advising that you were leaving because of the poor quality of the
Of the
room. By any chance, did you get
of
the
course.
name of the manager?
Of course, his name is Paul
What is the
something.
name?
Paul something. Paul Laporte something. But I don't have the card with me.
Okay, Paul.
He said, not only I spoke with the manager, I spoke with, I spoke with the receptionist first. And I told her the reason I was leaving because, first of all, we left around 8 o'clock in the morning. Let me tell you this, my wife and my mom, they didn't take a shower. They didn't even want to take a shower because, the room was so dirty.
About the San Andre, you said the name of the manager was Paul.
Paul something, I don't remember because I have.
You don't have the last name. Okay.
Hold on. But I did speak, I did speak with a receptionist over, there. She knew. And I made it clear the reason I was leaving because they know I made the reservation till Monday.
For this second property at the Andre, well, any pictures that you might have for the first property or the second property will really help me continue working on your case. Of course, these are two separate cases, but I'm the one working. I'll be working on the second case also.
So what's your name, ma'am? What's your name? What's your name,
My
ma'am?
name is Reina.
Reina.
Okay.
Reina.
Oh, I have a question, Reina.
I sent you her email address on WhatsApp. Please send her everything.
I will.
Yes, just to confirm my email. Okay, I'm just gonna confirm my email so you can verify the spelling. It's R for Romeo, E for Eco, Y for Yankee, N for November, A for Alpha, dot Martinez, M for Mike, A for Alpha, R for Romeo.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. You said R for Romeo,
Yes.
E for
Eco,
Y,
Y for Yankee,
N for November, A for Alpha,
correct.
dot
Dot Martinez. It's M for Mike,
A-R-R-T-I-N-E-Z.
then A Romeo, Tango, Indian, November, Eco, Zulu. At ourvacationcenter.com.
Yeah, correct. I have it.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll be waiting just for those pictures so I can continue discussing on your case. Of course, for the second property, I'm going to go ahead and open the case for that specific property, which is the Andre. And for the first property that we were talking about, I will continue disputing as soon as I receive those pictures of the property not being accessible.
Yeah, for the first,
as you
listen, let me tell you one thing, because, you might not even, if you're not aware of what happened, for the first property. So when my sister and I, we called, we made the reservation. I do remember before I traveled, I was on the line with her when she called. She made the reservation for a hotel, but not Airbnb place. When we got there, first of all, that was not a hotel, it was an Airbnb place. We didn't have access until, I saw a guy, construction worker. He was working on the floor. He was the one who opened the door for me. And there was a stairs. The stairs was so, was so high. My mom, there was no way, because my mom, she was on a wheelchair. There was no way for my mom to get, to get in. And when I got inside, the construction worker, and I was like, is there a receptionist, something like that? And he was like, no. So thank God, when I was calling for help, because I was like, is there anyone who can help me? There's a young guy, a couple, they came out of the room and they told me, oh, this is not a hotel, this is an Airbnb place. And I was like, really? I didn't know that. And he called somebody for me. And he said, okay, I'm gonna call somebody because, I think, he's the manager of the place. He called the guy and I spoke with the guy. That's when I gave the guy my name and he said, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send you, give me your number. I'm gonna text you the code for you to get access in the room. And I said, okay, I'm not gonna stay in there because first of all, nobody told me that was an Airbnb place. That's number one. And number two, and this place is not accessible for my mom because my mom, she's on a wheelchair and it's a second story building and there's no elevator. So there was no way for us to check in. Do you understand? And we called the guy. And when we spoke with the manager of that place, you are on the phone with us. I do remember the whole story. I got everything, I recorded everything because like one of you asked me to call the guy and I called the guy and he hung up. The guy hung up. And you guys were on the phone. One of your representatives was on the phone and he heard the whole thing.
The guy is telling them, or the guy is telling them there was no construction and the place is one floor.
Listen, it's a two-story building. On the first floor, there's a store, okay, a bodega. I'm gonna call it a bodega because it's like a bodega on the first floor. On the second floor, there's those stairs that you have to take to get access. And the floor was under construction, like I said. Okay? And second of all, the second place, Hotel Saint-André, when I spoke with the manager, and he said, I have to talk to Expedia, which I don't understand because we never made any reservation with Expedia. We had one of the worst nightmare with timeshare. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna share the story on social media. I'm gonna make it clear that when people go on timeshare to make reservation to travel, like around the world, they don't even know what they are dealing with, because most of the time, you send them to places, to hotels, mostly, where you don't even know how the inside of those places look like. So, which is not acceptable, because before you accept, like a hotel to be registered under your timeshare, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to, the first step you are supposed to do, just to send somebody to check, to make sure that the place is accessible and the place is in good condition, which was not when it comes, to those places.
Completely understand, sir. And indeed, I do apologize that you were not aware that whenever you're making a reservation through RCI Travel, we are partners with most of the hotels in the world. When you're doing your timeshare and you're doing RCI properties, of course, we own those properties. Well, RCI owns those
just
properties.
Imagine,
those are the timeshares.
Just
I think
imagine.
for our department, RCI Travel, we don't own them, we don't maintain them. But of course, due to the circumstances that you're telling me, that's why I'm working on your case, because we do partner with these properties expecting RCI quality. And when this type of situations are to happen, we do have to look into it and tax these properties for poor quality and not providing RCI standards. I think for the first reservation, when you receive your confirmation email for the destination stays Brisbane Town, Monterey, on your confirmation.
And that's the thing, we never receive any email. We never receive any email since we booked that thing. But I had to call you guys and give like a confirmation number. That's all he gave us. He gave us a confirmation number and took our email address. And while I was on the phone with him, my brother said to your representative that I don't see the email. He's like, oh, you're going to receive it within the next 15 minutes. And we never received an email.
Okay. Then let me go ahead
So that after I drove 7 hours to Canada, I experienced with you guys like almost 2 hours sitting in the car with my mom. It was cold.
And the lady has diabetes.
I'm telling you, that was one of the worst nightmares I never experienced in my whole life. And the same night, I had to check in 3 hotels. Do you understand? the same night, you know, the first places was not good. The second place was like, I cannot find, you know, any word, you know, to describe, you know, the second place, Hotel Saint Andre.
Well, can you send her all the pictures, the video?
And
Yes, please.
yeah, I have everything. And also, do you understand how much money we spent? Just
Yes.
imagine if we didn't have money.
Completely understanding. It's not only what you paid; it's the
No,
experience that you.
Not only
went
the
through
experience,
that is
not
more
only
important to me.
listen, not only the experience. My question is just imagine if we didn't have money, first time traveling to Canada, so I would have spent, you know, with my mom and my wife, you know, the night on the street. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So
Mr. Shatu, once again, I do apologize for all of this. I will put all my effort in both of your cases so we can continue disputing, but I do need those pictures so my case can be a little bit more strong against my supplier due to all of the circumstances. So I'll just be waiting for that and continue working on your case. You already have my information, my email, so you can reach out to me via email if I'm not available over the phone. And be sure that I'll be continuing working on this to get the best outcome out of it.
okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your patience. I'll be waiting for those emails.
Okay,
Have an
I will.
excellent day.
Okay. We also taking the time to talk about, you know, this wonderful experience we have in this place called Montreal, because, you know, those people, they are so nice. We have one of the best stay in that place for 2 days, but, you know, they are really nice. How can I not mention Chez Tony? It's a beautiful restaurant in Montreal. The food is delicious. The ambience was excellent, and the staff were extremely friendly. If you are in Montreal, you must stop there and try their food. Bon, même si tu es au Canada, nous ne pouvons pas acheter. Tellement pas que mon petit non qui côté. Mais côté si besoin acheter un sac d'huile malé. Si besoin acheter un sac d'huile côté pour acheter. Côté pour acheter si besoin.
It's delicious.
Wow. If you said it's delicious, it is. Nous, chez Tony, il y a un plus bon restaurant au Canada. C'est là nous sommes manger là. C'est this is called Shurovov. What is place is located? What qui bon là chez Tony. OK. 50-50 Côte des Neiges. C'est là nous là.
Pas loin à 3 Saint-Joseph.
D'accord. C'est-à-dire que depuis qu'on vient au Canada, on va venir manger là, c'est comme si on venir manger. C'est mon cher service que nous jouons chez Tony, pas quel côté nous jouons service. Bon, même au sac du on fait nos cadeaux. Ouais, bon, bah, nous encore. Chez Tony fait nos cadeaux au sac du pour aller dehors. OK? C'est un service. We hope that you never have to experience what we experienced during our trip to Canada. Next time you book your trip with Expedia or Timeshare, make sure you do your research and have all your documentation recorded.